everyone, Austin here again with another quick play. Today, as you can see, it's going to be Castlevania. That is right. That means one thing and one thing only. It is now October as of doing this video. This is going to be my first October video for 2022. And yeah, it's going to be Castlevania. I think it's been about a year since I did a dedicated playthrough of this on my channel outside of a live stream. And so, yeah, we're going to go ahead and attempt to play through this game. Now, I actually have not practiced this. Some of these quick plays I have practiced for. Others, like this, I'm just going to kind of go into cold. Actually, honestly, I haven't even played a video game in a couple of days now, so, like, it's going to take a little while for my hands to warm up. But we're going to attempt to go through this with a twist. I think what I'm going to try to do on this playthrough is do whip only. So basically, we're not going to use any sub-weapons. And we're just gonna attempt to go through the game like that. I think I've already done a whip-only playthrough on this channel. Like, I'm pretty sure I've done a couple on my live streams, but I think I also did a dedicated video like 4 or 5 years ago now. It's been a while, so we're gonna go ahead and attempt to do this again. But yeah, so welcome to the video. This is my quick play series, quote unquote. This is my series of videos where I just sort of fire up a game. We try to go through it. Sometimes I practice for them, sometimes I don't. Just all depends on the game. And yeah, just casual series. Pretty lazy editing here, so just kick back, relax, and welcome to October. Enjoy some Castlevania. So with that, let's go ahead and hit the start button. Let's see if we got the stage 1 sound glitch. If you let the introduction play, or the attract mode play too much, or too long, then there is no music. And hey, we got it. You know what? We're gonna go ahead and just reset the game. I am on my flash cart today, instead of using my actual cartridge. This just makes my life a lot easier. And hopefully we actually get some music this time. There we go. Alright, sweet. Yeah, if you let the attract mode go too long, then you get no music. Interesting little glitch. There are some other glitches in the game, like if you have too many projectiles on screen, the whole game can just freeze. I don't think it's gonna happen because I'm not gonna be using projectiles. Now, I did just pick up a dagger, but I'm not going to use it. So it's okay if I pick up weapons. I just can't use the weapons and take advantage of them. So yeah, this is Castlevania. This is just one of my all-time favorite games. Little speedrun strategy right here. You just hold right, and then you just jump at the right time, and the dogs, or I think they're actually like panthers, kind of like in Symphony of the Night. They'll actually just run right underneath you. You can just keep moving. It's nice. I love how a lot of these old early NES games allowed you to just constantly keep your momentum by using simple tricks, like, you know, just holding right and jumping at certain times. I don't really know how much I want to explain about this game. Like, there was a hidden wall, or secret in that wall. Everybody knows about it. Everyone that's played Castlevania anyway. There's also a secret down below where you can grab a money bag. And I think I'm just gonna kind of skip a lot of this stuff, because I've covered it so much on this channel. Castlevania is probably one of my most covered games on this channel. I've done dedicated walkthroughs, I've done boss tutorials, I've done tons of live streams of it, so it's one of my all-time favorites, and it's a game that I play multiple times a year. Now this boss is going to be a little tricky, because this is the Bat, and as you can see, he's airborne, which makes defeating him with just the whip a little tricky. But we'll just kind of sort of play on our feet here. Think on our feet. When you sort of self-impose challenges like this, you do really have to learn how to play on your feet. Think on your toes. So that was actually a pretty good boss fight. That was good. Like I said, you know, he's completely airborne, so his movement is quite erratic and very unpredictable. So normally, if you're playing this normally, there's an axe right before the fight. You can use that on him, you know, if he's like high up on the screen. Also, you can use the stopwatch on him. You can actually freeze him in place. You can even use holy water on him. If he dives down and he touches one of the platforms where holy water has been dropped, you know, you can sort of stun lock him that way too. A lot of really creative ways to defeat that first boss. It's good stuff. It's good design. Alright, our first Medusa hallway. The Medusa heads are really troublesome for a lot of people. But I'll sort of talk about them a little bit more later on in the playthrough. For anyone that, for some reason, has not played a Castlevania game before, hearts are ammunition for your sub-weapons. So your sub-weapon is in that red box up in the center of the screen. So I've got the stopwatch, and normally what the stopwatch will do is it'll basically freeze everything on screen for, I'd say about 3 seconds. I think it's close to 3 seconds. It's not a long time, but it is more than enough to help out a lot. Medusa heads, interestingly, along with bats, they actually come from the side of the screen that you're facing. So you notice that I'm facing right now? So they're gonna always just come in from the right. And the pattern doesn't really change. Now, interestingly, it is height-based as well. So you'll notice I can jump here and they'll come up higher. So ideally, when you're moving through these sections, you don't want to be jumping. If you jump, then there's going to be the potential for a Medusa head or a bat to come out at a higher level, which might make them a little bit harder to deal with. Now, these things do kill you in one hit. So the second one, you want to duck and then move through just like that. Man, I'm so tempted to use my sub-weapons just because I'm so used to it, so... this is gonna be an interesting playthrough. Alright, these are the bone pillars. They shoot out a couple of projectiles after they blink. The tell is that they start blinking, and then they shoot the projectiles. So, a very pattern-based game. A lot of little details you want to pick up on to help read enemies' attacks better. Otherwise, the game feels quite unmanageable. And this is Medusa, the boss. I'm gonna actually jump over here and see if we can get this. Oops, I messed it up. It is actually possible to jump over Medusa. I actually demonstrated it in my boss's tutorial video from many years ago. I'll probably link that in a card in the top right. So click that card button if you'd like to see that video. A lot of people have watched it, a lot of people have said it was very helpful. Learning different strategies in the boss fights, helping them get through the game a little bit easier. Which is the whole purpose of that video. Alright, on to stage 3. Close to halfway through the game. There are only 6 stages in this game. The whole stage 7 up top, on the top right, just ignore that. There's 6 levels in the game. Every checkpoint you go through, like every door you go through, is basically a new quote-unquote stage in this game. But just ignore that. There are only 6 levels in the game. Oops, took a big hit, and I'm gonna take more hits here. Bad patterns. Now I can either walk up these stairs, or I could just jump up. See if he just falls off. Yep. Good skeleton. It's a good boy. Yeah, there are ways to manipulate some of these enemies. Like, if you get on that top platform, that skeleton will try to jump towards you. And he'll just fall off the ledge. So, you know, even though we're playing whip only, there are a lot of ways to successfully get through this without sub-weapons. It's just one of the many great reasons, one of the many reasons why Castlevania is such a good game. There's just so many different ways to play it. Whoops, took another hit, and that's okay. And another hit. We've got 4 lives right now. Unfortunately, there are no health refills in this level until the very end. Sans the first room. So the first room actually has a, what we call wall meat. Technically, it's like wall chicken. It was really actually hard to tell it was chicken back in the day when we were playing with RF switch boxes on really old TVs and the image was really blurry. But now that we have, you know, RGB mods and FPGA hardware that creates a nice crispy image, just like what you're seeing right here. We can actually see that it's chicken now, and not have to use our imagination. Alright, so I've got no health, but I am going to come up here. It's a really nice trick. If you just sit on this platform, you can just stand and attack. I don't know if it's the hitbox on my whip or if it's the hitbox on the bosses. One of them is quite large. And so you can literally just stand and attack. It's such a nice trick. Good. So that was a little risky. Because one more hit would have killed me. But it's okay. We got it. Yeah, and you can see that it says that we're on stage 10. It's like, no, we're on level 4. That's it. And we fall down. Such a great little segue. Alright, so we have a bunch of bats here. So a lot of times what I like to do is face left and have the bat come up. Oops! I turned to the right. And right as the bat was being triggered, and so he because I was facing right, he came out from the right-hand side, unfortunately. Let's okay. Another interesting detail here is the mermen only pop up where the candles are. That's something I didn't learn until like much later in life. Yeah, it was just interesting. Alright, see, I triggered the bat from the left, which makes my life a little bit easier. This one I can trigger from the right, it's not a big deal. And I don't think there's going to be another bat until we come over towards the right-hand side here. Yep, there we go. I played this game so many times, I have a general idea of where, like, what little sections bats actually spawn at. The more you play this game, the more you'll pick up on details like that. Alright, so we're approaching the, probably the hardest boss in the game. Second to hardest boss in the game. Depending. Especially just with whip only. There's gonna be a fun little trick here, speedrun trick actually, where you can just, a bone dragon's going to appear and you can just hold right. Guaranteed, 100%. Never fails, there's no luck involved there. These bone dragons, it is possible to actually get past them using speedrun techniques just by running and jumping at the right time. But I'm gonna go ahead and just try to kill them normally. Anybody wondering? This is a live playthrough. I am not commenting after the fact. So we're actually playing this live on the spot, and I'm talking to you guys as I play. Now, I actually haven't recorded a video like this in probably about a month. Because, like I've told you guys before, I generally try to record my quick plays in batches. Because it's kind of like low-effort content. Whew, that was actually a really good fight. I only took one hit. Yeah, it's low-effort content. So I can usually crank out, like, you know, 3 or 4 videos in a few hours. Have them quickly edited and rendered and then uploaded, and then I post them once a week to my channel members and Patreon backers, and then I also dump them all at once on my Discord channel. So for anybody that's a channel backer, sign up for Discord, link your accounts, and my server will pop up, and you can access all these quick plays super early, like a month early. But yeah, the whole deal with the Frankenstein's monster and Hunchback fight is like, I like to sit on the ground and just move back and forth and try to watch the Hunchback in particular. He's definitely the most challenging aspect of that fight, but Frankenstein's monster can also be kind of random as well. You don't want to get cornered by him, that's for sure. And I almost treat it like it's a really old school style shoot 'em up, like think like Galaga or Galaxian or something like that, where I'm basically just moving from the left and right and just trying to dodge the enemies like they're, you know, shoot 'em up projectiles or something like that. It's a good way of looking at it. Alright, so these are Axe Armor Knights. That one at the bottom oftentimes just goes off the screen. This one usually does not, so I'm gonna go ahead and just get rid of him. Notice that with my fully upgraded whip, I can just stand and attack his axes. If you're playing this game normally, the Holy Water is the best weapon in this entire level. I mean, I'd say it's probably the best weapon in the entire game, but there are some points in the game where Holy Water is not ideal. Ooh, that was bad. Yeah, notice that I'm just kind of taking my time. I'm not just, like, smacking him as fast as possible. I'm trying to read his patterns and playing it safe, basically. It takes more time, but it's perfectly okay. Alright, so if I can get through this section successfully, we're gonna have another health refill option in the top right. Another bone pillar. Always watch for its blinking. And I always like to stay as far back as possible. Gives me the most time to react to his projectiles. And this one right here, I can actually attack while I'm still on the staircase. You gotta watch out for that, red skeleton on the right. A lot of times he'll be closer to the bone pillar, which makes it harder to kill without taking damage. Alright, Medusa's gonna be here right on the right. See, just like that. Always happens because you're facing right. This is the hallway of death. For a lot of people anyway. I'll just call it that, because it's really challenging for new players. But when you get good at this game, it's actually not that bad. Try not to jump, because you don't want to manipulate the Medusas to be coming out high. That would just be bad. Now, the Grim Reaper. Don't jump in the beginning, because sickles will appear over your head. You'll probably jump right into them, which is not good. And this is another fight where I try to... I basically try to just treat them like they're projectiles in a shoot 'em up. And I try to just dodge them like it's a shooter. That's kind of the trick to doing whip only on this fight. Also, you do want to get rid of them. You do want to destroy them because they will gang up on you and become very, very overwhelming, like this. Oh, so close! So close! Alright, we'll try it again. That was actually a pretty good fight. I made a couple mistakes, but it's okay. You know, when you're doing the Grim Reaper, whip only, it's tough. You can't expect too much. Especially with his sickle patterns, like, I'm pretty sure they're completely random. Or if there are discernible patterns, there's probably like a series of set patterns and those are randomized. That's my guess anyway. I was actually a little worried there in that fight because if too many projectiles appear on that screen, the fight will freeze up. And that'll be the end of the playthrough. So... Yep, see, they have a tendency of appearing right above your head. In the beginning, anyway. And if you can stay on death, you know, that definitely makes life a little bit easier. Oops! Double oops. Oh, this is not good. Ah! We were so close that time, but still no cigar. Now, if I get a game over, that is gonna be the end of the video. No, I'm just kidding. I'll continue, but it just means that we'll have to do the whole level over again. Which... Oh, you gotta be freaking kidding me! Well... Okay. Well, that was something, alright. Yeah, so I think the glitch actually happened. I think there was just... I don't know. That was really weird. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is... I guess we'll go ahead and just play again. Except this time I will be using sub-weapons just to get through this a little bit faster. Man, that was a real bummer. Just hold right and jump. What a way to start off October. Man, you gotta be kidding me. I've never actually had the game crash in like one of the hallways. It's always been... It's always been like on the Grim Reaper... blah, 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 I can't talk. Grim Reaper fight itself. We'll see if we can do a damage boost here. Oh, I failed. It's okay, we'll try it again. Got it. Alright, so what I'm gonna do here is just use the axe. So I will show off the axe strategy. Which is the strategy pretty much any new player is gonna use when they play this game for the first time. Because they don't know how all the weapons work. So the axe is the one that kind of makes the most sense for this fight. There we go. Level 1 down. Again. Oh boy. So we're at 22 minutes right now. And, I'll be curious to know how long this video is going to be overall. See, we were already at the second to last level. That's the funny thing about it. And, you know, a lot of people don't realize that Castlevania is actually not that long of a game. Whoa, I didn't expect him to stay, like, so low. But yeah, Castlevania is not that long of a game. When you know what to do. It feels really long at first. Just because you're dying all the time and having to restart levels, and it can be a chore. You know, when you don't know what to do. I don't really care about my sub-weapon right now because I plan on using the holy water on the boss fight. Once we get back up to the Grim Reaper, I will not be using sub-weapons again. I'm just going to use sub-weapons to get back up to speed, a little bit faster. Notice I'm using some damage boosts. Those are some speedrun techniques. What's cool about some of the speedrun techniques in this game is they're not really hard to do. Some speedrun techniques in some games are really, really, really challenging. Others are actually really simple. Ooh, that was close. There we go. I knew I was missing something. Go ahead and get a shot doubler. So that's the doubler. That allows me to throw 2 projectiles at once. Or back to back, not really at once. So 1, 2, just like that. Normally you can only throw 1. So you can also get a tripler. Oh, just got it. Nice. And what I plan on doing is actually carrying the holy water all the way through the next level as well, just to make life easier. And just start throwing it. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Easy peasy. It's actually kind of interesting. If you just hold down your buttons, Simon, your character, will just constantly jump and attack automatically. It's the only point in the game where that happens. Interestingly, I don't know if it was like an homage to this game, or if it was just a glitch or, you know, accidental programming. But in Castlevania 3 and Castlevania 2, when you're on a staircase, if you just hold down the attack button, your character will automatically attack. You do not have to repeatedly press the buttons. Kind of interesting. I'm not sure if it's gonna happen. I'd like to do a dedicated Let's Play video of Castlevania 3 this month. Hopefully I can get around to it. My motivation to do these videos, these last few months in particular, has been very much all over the place. Oh, that was lucky. I was not expecting to get hit by a bone, but whew, lucky. So we'll see. I mean, I've been wanting to do a Castlevania 3 Let's Play walkthrough. I haven't done a Let's Play walkthrough in about 8 or 9 months now. But we'll see. I did a Let's Play walkthrough for Castlevania 1 last year, and I told myself I really would like to do one on Castlevania 3. But they do take a lot more effort to create. And with my lack of motivation lately, it's not a good combination. Alright, getting close to the boss fight again, and this time we're just gonna use holy water in the boss. It just annihilates this boss. Almost there. I showed this off in my Let's Play walkthrough, but you can hold left right here. And it makes a money bag appear. Kinda funny. Alright, and so I'm going to just sit up here and just toss holy water down here. Can we jump backwards? There we go. Yeah, you can actually jump backwards in this game. It's really hard. It's basically back and A together. You could theoretically use that as a technique. Like being able to jump backwards and still attack at the same time. I've never really had a need to use it, but it is interesting to think about and maybe potentially put into practice at certain points in the game. Especially on, like, the second loop, where things are more difficult. And speaking of which, what I'm going to do here is actually just go ahead and use my stopwatch. And the reason I wanted to do that is to make that first part a little bit easier, because there's another holy water right here. I'm not worried about the doublers and triplers. I'm going to get at least the doubler by the time I get to the boss fight. Hey, there we go. Now you do want to watch out for weapon drops on this part if you're trying to keep the holy water. Obviously, when you're playing with no sub-weapons, you don't really care what drops. Now if you wanted to try to get fancy, you can also try using your holy water. Because if it attacks multiple enemies with one shot, you'll actually get some score bonus multipliers. You do get extra lives from points in this game. I think we've already gotten one. So that's why it's kind of fun to think about, like, comboing projectiles into enemies. Yep, there's our doubler. There's our wall chicken. And we'll go ahead and just throw holy water down here too. I think it's about right here? Yep. Nice. And a tripler, look at that. And so for this part, we're just gonna drop some holy water on old Frankie boy here. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use holy water all the way up until the last checkpoint, and then I'll continue where we left off. And if the game freezes again, we are officially done. I'm not playing through it again. As much as I'd love to. We'll see what happens. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the journey so far. Go ahead and just leave him behind. Yeah, I got a score bonus there because I killed the skeleton and his bone with one projectile. If you ever see something like 1,000 appear and then 2,000 or 3,000 or whatever, that's because you got a score multiplier, combo multiplier with your projectile. Little simple mechanics like that can really make a big difference in these games. You know, these old simplistic games. Gives them more longevity and replay value, and just fun different ways to play the games. There are a lot of platformers and action games like this that don't have any form of intricate scoring system. It's really just, you know, every enemy has set points, no multipliers or anything. So, it's, you know, not as fun. There we go. So if you don't already have a multiplier, a shot multiplier I should say, this block in the top right actually will have one. So very good to know if you're trying to, say, get to the Grim Reaper with some decent firepower. Which really, you want to have some decent firepower if you're gonna get to, you know, if you're gonna get past the Grim Reaper. Very, very challenging fight, notoriously challenging fight. Now there are some ways to kind of break the fight, like you can completely break it with holy water. Just drop the holy water right when he comes down and then you can just stun lock him for the whole fight. Alright, so we're just gonna do this without sub-weapons now. Just like I said. Pretend like we just died and we just had to restart at that checkpoint. Now I don't really need hearts, because I'm not using sub-weapons now. Medusa head from the right. Alright, boss time. I'm gonna actually try to get rid of this candle. Keep as few objects on screen as possible. Oh, alright, bad start. I was trying to attack that one sickle, but it was just locked in place. It did not want to go anywhere. Alright, not a good fight. Not good at all. I'm getting bad patterns for one. Death is just going all over the place. Wow, we still did it. Oh, that feels really good. Man. Because when you take 3 hits back to back like that, you're like, it's over. There's no way I'm gonna get this. There's no way. So, very happy about that. On to the final stage. Now, this first section can be really hard without sub-weapons. I mean, it can be really hard normally, even if you have sub-weapons. You have to deal with a bunch of the big first-level bosses back-to-back. And their patterns aren't 100% predictable, so it can be a little difficult to deal with. So, I'm going to just try to constantly run. Whoa! See, that's what I was talking about. A lot of times what he does is he comes up right to, like, the bottom of that platform you're on, and so you can still walk past him safely, but sometimes he comes up way too high and you just land on him. And sometimes they'll also dive bomb you. Kinda like that. Oh, nice. That's why this challenge is interesting. Look at that. That's just mean. Mean game, mean. Alright, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to actually get this. Alright, please don't dive bomb me. I knew he was gonna do that. There was nothing I could do about that. I could have tried attacking him. It sort of stuns him for a split second, and that's it. So, you know, he still would have hit me no matter what. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. That's the pattern you want. But, again, it seems to be fairly random. Can we do it again? Nice. Good stuff. If only I got it the first time, that would have been nice. Also, this upcoming section is going to be really challenging too, because I'm not going to have any sub-weapons to use. I'm not going to have the stopwatch, which is very, very handy. I generally prefer... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I generally prefer to have the stopwatch for this upcoming section. Right, there we go. Now, there is some wall meat here. I don't know if it's really worth me getting. I feel like I'd rather just not worry about it. Go ahead and just tank. When you're on stairs, you will not get knocked off. Alright, now try to play this like a shooter. Just dodge. Whew, very nice. We got it, guys. We are at the very end of the game. Now here's a fun little trick. Whee! Hey, full health! If you're trying to get a if you're trying to get a 1 life clear, that will not work. But if you're just trying to get a 1 credit clear, then go ahead and sacrifice a life. Why not? So we need to smack Dracula in the head, and if we time it just right, we can get 2 hits on him. But it's safest to just get 1 hit, wait for him to open up his cape, and then jump over his projectiles. If you mistime it, and you jump too early, he'll actually shoot his projectiles upwards. So you want to just wait. Do it like this. It doesn't take that long. And if you can time it right, you can actually, you know, jump, smack him in the face once, and then jump again as he opens up his cape. But I'm usually not that fast enough, plus his patterns are completely random. Where he spawns is completely random, so... I try not to get too aggressive with him, because I need as much health as I can for the second form here. Let's duck. If you duck in front of him, he'll always jump high. And when he raises his arms, he will shoot projectiles at you. And so what I like to do is kind of wait. And then duck. Oh, that didn't work. That was bad. But yeah, if you wait for him to raise his arms. There we go. Then you can attack his projectiles at the same time you're hitting him. Alright, let's just duck. Ooh, see, I mistimed that. Not good. This is not gonna be good either. Oh, guaranteed hit. Okay. Yeah, that was bad. I just got some really bad RNG there. I thought that maybe he would go over my head and then land on the other side, but no, that backfired. So now I have to do the first form all over again. And it's kind of a shame it worked out that way because we ended up doing the first form without taking a single hit, which is kind of uncommon. Dracula has a tendency of spawning right on top of me at least once. Whoa, I got lucky there. Just taking my time. That would have been a good opportunity for a double hit, just back to back. All right, let's try this again. Yep, that worked. Good stuff. Alright, good start. Very good start. Oh, that was bad. Go high? Nope, he's not gonna go high. Alright, see if we can have him go high. There he goes. Oh, that was bad. Lucky. Go high. There he goes. I was too far away that time. Ooh, that was close. We got it. Woo! Do some jumps, Simon. A 1 and a 2 and a... Look at that. Nice mid-air pose. Oh, man. Well, we did it, guys. It was 43 minutes total. We technically did, almost 2 full playthroughs. Within that 43 minutes. Actually, technically, it's a little bit less because, you know, I talked for about 5 minutes before I even started playing, so... Under 40 minutes, we did almost 2 playthroughs. But there you go, guys. That is Castlevania for the NES. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick play. There is a second loop. Since I've already played through the game almost twice, I'm not going to do the second loop. I would love to, but I'm not going to bother. But I had fun playing this again. I always love starting off October with some Castlevania goodness. And because I've been relatively unmotivated lately, I'm gonna be copying out this October, and we're gonna be covering a lot of Castlevania on these quick plays. So expect Castlevania 4, expect Castlevania Bloodlines, and potentially another easy-ish Castlevania game. For me, anyway. I've been playing Castlevania a long time, so most of them are pretty easy for me. But I understand they're not the easiest for others. But I have also been playing Castlevania a long time. So, yeah, that's gonna do it for me, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. I've got a lot of videos like this, and plenty more to come. I'll be back with the usual live streams as well. We will most likely do some Castlevania there, as well. So stay tuned for those this month. I will have my brother on stream. We're going to be doing some Resident Evil 3, some modern Resident Evil 3, so stay tuned for that. Brandon always comes around once a year for these October streams. And I think I have a couple of other video ideas up my sleeves, but, you know, the whole motivation thing. We'll see if I actually get to them or not. But regardless, stay tuned. I will have content packed all this month for you guys. I know a lot of you guys look forward to my October videos, so hopefully you guys will enjoy. But yeah, that's it, guys. I'm out. Thanks again for watching, and until the next one, take it easy.